Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. With me, as always, is Elmer Yuen. And Elmer, namaskar.
Nice to be interviewed again.
Yes.
I always enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Elmer. And viewers, we have been having a lot of activity between America and China. For example, the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, visited China a few days ago. And then right now, Blinken is in China. He may be leaving by the time you watch this video. But in these two visits, a couple of things that were strange. Number one is that protocol-wise, something was not done right. You know, Janet Yellen did not fly into Beijing.
To Guangzhou.
But she went to Guangzhou instead. And then somebody lower level official received her, like a deputy minister. And then from there, she went to Beijing. Same way, Blinken did not fly into Beijing. He flew into Shanghai. And there was I think a deputy minister, if I'm not wrong. And from there, he went to Beijing. And Wang Yi, there was a 5.5-hour meeting between Wang Yi, the foreign minister of China, and Blinken. And I heard that Wang Yi just read from a script. He did not have a single question. So basically, my question to you is, the last time Blinken came, China promised that it will stop all exports to Russia. This was considered a big win for United States, that no more exports to Russia. Russia will be finished. Nothing of that sort happened. This time, again, Beijing has, I don't know what they have promised, but the reception itself has been much colder this time. And looks like Blinken is going back empty-handed.
Yeah, exactly.
And Blinken again said, I want China to stop exporting to China, to Russia. So it's coming this year and going out this year. And what is US going to do about it, do you think?
First of all, we have to understand a pact has been reached way before the Winter Olympics in Beijing. A pact between Xi Jinping and Putin. And their idea is they want to control the European and Asian continent, of course, also the African. And this land block, there's enough customers, there's enough natural resource, and so it can become a huge, if they can control this whole 3 continents. And somehow can also extend a little bit to South America. So this is what they have in mind. It's a game. This is what they have to control this. And they'll make all kinds of excuse and to delay the action and continue to control it. So this pact was made when Putin, remember we did it together, when Putin invaded Ukraine, he first had to check with Xi Jinping.
Right.
And of course, Xi Jinping, he didn't win, so Xi Jinping, as a result, did not invade Taiwan. They were supposed to go together. So, but the pact continues. There was a private conversation between when Xi Jinping was leaving the Kremlin, and he secretly told, it was recorded by a BBC reporter, that this is an opportunity of 100 years.
Oh, wow.
Opportunity. So what else is they can work together and really occupy this space. And when Russia broke up in 1991, and Xi Jinping was very kind of said publicly that how can they lose? How can they, at that time, who was it? Yeltsin. How can Yeltsin let this opportunity go? So they always had this communist dominance, this wish. This has never changed. They may play some game here and there to buy time, but this has never changed. So I heard it from the Chinese, my friends in China. They ship so much machinery. All the Russian factories, armament factories, are all World War II. They've never renew it. They never thought they have to fight this kind of war, the land war. So China really refurbished all the factories. Right now they are in brand new condition. All the machineries are digital. Some of them even have some kind of basic artificial intelligence. So suddenly Russia becomes strong again. They're ready to attack Ukraine. So America is worried about losing that war, or even losing a peace during the election. So what if suddenly the Russia gains some land or a substantial gain? Biden will lose the election for sure. Sorry.
Just give me 1 second.
Biden will lose the election for sure. So they are very, very serious. Send Yellen there, and send Blinken there, just to say that, are you going to do it or not? It's an ultimatum. Yellen is sending an ultimatum in terms of finance or economics. And of course, Blinken went as a political, means they are going to really do it. And chips, and most important is US dollar, SWIFT. And we're going to see it in a matter of weeks.
So viewers, now you understand, connect the dots back. Remember, why did the United States take such a hard stance on semiconductor chips? Was because China reneged on what they promised.
Mm-hmm.
They started shipping all these state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities, which America taught China. So it's like a slap on the face.
Yep.
Slap on the face. And now, so let's look forward. So there are 3 or 4 options that I see for America right now. And all of them are not good. One, raise the tariffs. Right now, the tariffs have not been lowered by Biden, the ones that Trump had imposed. Now you can raise the tariffs. They may push back on that. That's first one. Second thing that I can think of is take some Chinese banks off of the SWIFT mechanism. That would hit a blow. Some people may not be able to transfer money, but it will give an indication that if you don't change your ways, we're going to do all of them or something like that.
Biden is desperate because in those swing states, he's way behind Trump.
Yes.
And time is getting closer to the election. So he has to do something very drastic, very decisive against China, and hoping that it may stop. It will not. All these measures, increasing duty, and it's not enough. They have to do something really drastic. So Blinken said, if you don't do it, we'll do it for you. Remember, that's the most important sentence. Means they are going to do something really dramatic. And for example, removing those all the facility in South China Sea, on those bays. Something drastic.
Oh, you mean like Scarborough Shoals
Yes,
and all those
remove all that
where
thing.
they have reclaimed all the land?
Yes,
Okay.
that's most likely because they have ground. They have ground by the International Court of Justice. So I believe something drastic they have to do, or even allow Netanyahu to bomb all the nuclear production facility in Iran. I think U.S. is going to go all the way, and so are the Axis. The Axis are also going to go all the way. I don't see anybody backing down. Biden cannot afford to back down. Putin cannot afford to back down. Zelensky cannot afford to back down. Xi Jinping cannot afford to back down. The Iranian guys cannot back down. Netanyahu cannot afford to back down. It's a world war situation. They have no choice but to escalate and hit them by surprise. So I really see we're on the brink of World War III. All these little things like economic sanction, it's not good enough. It has to be really hard for them to really force them to do something, because right now the Russians are not bad. They're not afraid to die. So they are pushing, even though they have better weapons in Ukraine, but the Russians are not afraid to die. So if they happen to be able to gain some ground, then the election is over. Biden is finished.
Okay, so there is the US election on one side. Netanyahu himself is facing a lot of opposition from within his own country. Unprecedented, I should say. Because anytime there's a war, right, the country comes together. Say, let's see off this war, and then we'll go back and fight our battles. What do you see Netanyahu doing now?
No, Netanyahu, you know his brother, right?
Yes, he died in the Operation Entebbe.
And his family is a very heroic family, all right? And he's very terribly nationalistic or patriotic. By not finishing Iran off on the nuclear issue, he's exposing the entire Jewish future of the Jews. The Jewish may be wiped out, the whole Israel may be wiped out. You only need a couple of nuclear weapons to finish off Israel. So he has no choice. For the survival of the not only the state, but for all the Jews, he has to clean up the nuclear facility in Iran. And I really believe you. I'm very close to the Jews. I have so many Jewish friends. I know exactly. He has no choice. And this is probably his last term as a prime minister. So he has to leave a legacy. The legacy is the survival of the Jews.
In all these things, Chinese economy hasn't improved. In fact, if anything,
it's finished. But that to him, it doesn't matter because it's a capitalistic economy. He's looking not for a capitalistic economy. He's looking for a communist economy. Communist economy is totally different. Never mind you starve. The more you starve, it's better. So they don't care. So he's letting it sink. The stock market, the bond market, and the property market. He's just letting it sink. Same thing with Hong Kong. Basically, he's going to see Hong Kong with the same destiny. It's finished. And your idea of how to be a God leader is not his idea. His leader is you're poor, as long as you are equal, you are okay.
Yeah.
Nobody is super rich by corruption. He think there are people like him. And the poor people, maybe they feel this is better than some people extremely rich. The people kind of, they don't like to see this kind of unfair treatment.
So what you're saying is, poor people are saying, I had nothing,
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Yeah, and you have nothing. You should have nothing. So it's different. He's doing okay. He feels he's doing okay, and some poor people think he's doing okay. We are businessmen. We think he's doing terrible, but it's a different point of view. What can you say?
Right.
And we've been wrong, Chairman Mao. The economy is never. Everybody's starving from beginning to end, and they think he's a great leader. And people like Xi Jinping now want to model against him.
Yes.
What are you going to say? It's a different point of view. We only look at things really always from a U.S. point of view. We have to look at things from a communist point of view.
And last point, we know that Trump is leading, but Biden is coming at him, and not Biden, but the Democrats are coming at him, and with every weapon they can. They are trying to get him for tax evasion, this and that, and so on.
They may even, you see, even if he wins the appeal, they say we're not releasing him. They don't want to follow the appeal court. What can you do? Right. People think, the Americans were very traditional. Appeal means you have to respect the appeal. What if the lower court refused to execute? Right. And the appeal order to release him? They put him in prison, and he can be murdered in prison easily. Then what do?
I'm just wondering, you've seen the world around, and what exactly is the strategy? Because this can backfire spectacularly. A lot of people are watching, are seeing that Biden is not, or I'm sorry, I keep saying Biden. Democrats are unable to drive home any case. I mean, they brought so many lawsuits against Trump. None of them they are able to decisively prove that something wrong has been committed. So why are they sticking it to themselves? The Democrats are harming their own cause by doing this, don't you think?
No, as long as they can somehow stop him from running, they will win. They don't care. They already, I think, they don't mind losing face or losing good faith from the people. Very much like China. Xi Jinping, it's really no different. They don't care as long as he hold on to power. It looks very similar. Borrow like crazy. Both countries are borrowing, printing money like crazy, and do anything just stay in power. Never mind the reputation. We care too much about their reputation.
Yes.
They don't care. Same thing with Xi Jinping and same thing with Biden. So he may do something really extreme. Like I said, he may not follow the Supreme Court decision or appeal court decision and just hold on to him. They can keep him in Washington and New York. They have enough control, policemen and everything. So that's where Trump may end up arrested and killed in prison or die in prison.
Well, let's hope it won't come to that. America loves to preach democracy to the nations of the world. And, let's hope that it won't come to that. Elmer, thank you so much.
No.
It's getting really cold behind me. That's why I'm kind of, my teeth are chattering right now. Thank you so much, Elmer.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure meeting you and talking
Thank
to
you.
you. Safe travels, and I'll see you soon, very soon.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for interview.